Welcome to 1:23 a.m. by Jenezio Harriet-Michael's Gift Production Studios.
Welcome back to episode 6. Episode 6 of 1:23 a.m. by Jenezio Harriet-Michael's Gift Production Studios. I am your host, Jenezio Harriet-Michael. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in for today's message, today's motivation, today's inspiration, today's preaching, whatever it is. And if you're returning back to the channel, you already know the deal, all right? I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say like always, good morning, good evening, good night, all right? Going to the gym, coming back from the gym, going to go to bed, waking up. I'm glad that you're back at it again, all right? Listening to another message from the podcast, all right? So to introduce myself a little bit, all right? I am a full-time university student. I'm studying biological sciences with a biomedical science emphasis, and I'm minoring in chemistry, and I'm minoring in psychology. All right. Now, apart from my academics, my side hustle, which is what I'm doing right now, all right, I'm an artist, I'm a speaker, and I am an entrepreneur. So with that said, with that out of the way, all right, let's move on with today's message, okay? Now, before I begin, I just want to say it's really brief, all right? Say it's really quick, okay? Today's episode is going to be more motivating, okay? Usually, obviously, my episodes kind of are intertwining between motivation and preaching and whatnot, but I feel like this episode is going to be leaning more towards motivation. And with that, it's going to be extremely short, okay? I was looking at my notes before I hit the record button, and I'm like, dang, this is pretty short. I said this in the last episode is going to be short, but it took like 20 minutes. So hopefully I don't jinx myself, all right? So, with that said, I'm not sure if this was episode like 2 or 3. I talked about how God is like an airplane, right? And I said that the closer you are to an airplane, okay, the bigger it's going to seem, okay? But the farther away you are from it, like you see an airplane in the sky, it's super far away, the tinier it's going to be, right? And that's what I said God is like, okay? As in, the closer you are to God, all right, the bigger he's going to seem in your life, all right? You're going to really see how big and great and magnificently large he is, all right? However, the more you distance yourself away from him, the farther you are away from him, he's going to seem extremely small in your life, right? And you know, people can get close to God for whatever the case is, okay? Let's say you're trying to better yourself financially. Let's say you're trying to better yourself from an addiction. Let's say you're trying to better your family or, I don't know, a relationship, a marriage, whatever the case is, okay? There's numerous reasons. But for the purpose of today's episode, to kind of keep on the motivational content side, all right? Let's say you're trying to achieve some type of dream, some type of vision, some type of goal in your life, all right? Obviously, we need to keep God close, okay? Because in order to achieve our dreams, we need to be by him. Why? Because he's the one who gave us these dreams, and he's the only one that can actually reveal these dreams to us, right? However, on that same notion, by that same context, all right, in order to reach that next level, okay, if you really want to truly achieve what we want, what our hearts desire, okay, let's say you're trying to get $1 million in sales for your business, okay? It's going to be on us, okay? It's going to be on us. And that's kind of where I want to focus on for today's episode, okay? How is that exactly? Okay, you're probably wondering, Jenezio, how are we supposed to do that? Well, it's quite simple. We got to get excited, all right? Now, I don't know that process, okay? That's between you and God. But all I know is that we have to get excited, okay? Yes, we got to keep God first, okay? Yes, we got to keep him close. Always keep God first no matter what and whatnot. But we got to get excited, okay? And the simple reason for that is because if we want God to help us out, all right, then we got to legit help ourselves out, okay? You got to do your portion before God will do his portion. Okay? We can't be having this one-way relationship where we constantly get. Don't get me wrong. God will always give no matter what. But we got to do our duty in order to get the fruit that we want. All right? It's like, for example, let's say you're trying to become the first Asian American president of the United States of America. Okay? You can pray to God all you want, okay? But if you're not taking the necessary steps, like, for example, going to school and studying political justice or, I don't know, criminal justice or law, or just in general, better educating yourself in situations and circumstances that relate to the field of politics, that don't expect anything to be happening because you're legit not putting yourself in the correct environment, okay? You got to have that internal drive, okay? You have to have that internal drive. You have to have that ambition. You have to have that hunger. You have to have that desire of wanting it, okay? You have to get excited. Yes, don't get me wrong. There are situations in your life where that fire can burn, okay? There may be a situation where you wanted to, let's say, become a musician, all right? And that desire of becoming a musician has died. That fire has burnt out. But don't let that ember go out, all right? Don't let that coal go out. That coal is still hot. That ember is still hot. And all it needs is to be ignited. And the way it will be ignited is if you get yourself excited, okay? I don't know how you're going to do that. That's between you and God and yourself, all right? You will find a situation. You will find a way. I know you will, all right? But don't let that ember burn, all right? Because that's gonna bring the fire back and you're going to be cooking again, all right? You're going to be cooking again, okay? You see, I remember there's this one time I was talking with my older cousin, right? And he was telling me, he said, if you have an idea for something to do, go for it, okay? Just do it. Don't wait and sit around action. And when I heard that, I'm like, dang, bro, I got to write that down. That's exactly what I did. I wrote that down. That was on August 12th, 2023, last year, all right? He said, I'm going to say it again. He said, if you have an idea for something to do, go for it. Just do it. Don't wait and sit around action, okay? It's okay to be in a position where you relax and you take a moment to calm down and take a break and reflect and, just evaluate things, all right? That's what I said in the previous episode, okay? It's okay to relax and evaluate. There's nothing wrong with that, all right? That's healthy. That's normal, okay? But don't get too comfortable to the point where what's meant for good is now going to be doing you harm, okay? That's like the last thing that you want to be happening to you, okay? For example, let's say you have dreams of wanting to become a writer and you have many stories that you want the world to see, but inside you're hibernating and inside you're just writing, okay? There's nothing wrong with sitting around and writing. There's nothing wrong with building your library of stories and messages and meanings and whatnot. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? But what I'm trying to get at is don't get so comfortable, right, that you are now not going to release your gift to the world because you're too scared, okay? Or because you feel like it's not ready, or because you just want to hide. Don't put yourself in a situation like that, all right? And I'm not going to lie, I'm guilty of that. Like, before me releasing this podcast, I'm like, let me just wait. Let me build this many episodes. Let me make 10 episodes, 50 episodes. No. All right? You will never know. All right? Maybe that train is ready to take you to your destination, but because you want to sit back and wait and just wait for the right moment, that train has left the station. You're no longer going to reach your destination. All right? You never know. Take that risk. Okay? Obviously, take an educated one, okay? Don't let your mind get so comfortable that it becomes foggy, because that can happen, okay? Where what you think is correct is actually doing you harm. But don't make a dumb decision, okay? Because that risk could be your reward, okay? I'm going to say it again. That risk could be your reward. You never know, okay? You never know. When you get comfortable, that's what the devil wants, okay? At one point, you're sitting on that lazy chair to take a break. Now, my friend, you legit are that lazy chair, and you can't stop taking a break, all right? Your butt has now made a crevice into that chair where it fits you only. Tailor-made, all right? You don't want that, okay? And I know I'm talking about the whole entire dreams part, but this could even it could legit even apply to relationships. Okay, it doesn't have to be on a level where you're trying to like achieve an Olympic gold medal or something. Okay, it could be on a personal level. Okay, let's say you have a vision for your family and you want to bring them out of a situation and lead them onto something better, whatever it is. Okay, well, let's say you're in a marriage and you're having a problem, or you have a problem with your family member and you guys are not seeing eye to eye, okay? And you guys are arguing constantly, but you have a dream and you have a vision of what the situation you guys are in could be, right? Even personally, you see some terrible things that are going on in your life right now. Let's say you're overweight and you're trying to fix that problem. Let's say you're underweight and you're trying to fix that problem. Or let's say you're trying to build some muscle and you're just a normal skinny person. Let's say you're trying to lose whatever the case is, okay? I don't know what it is. That's between you and God, all right? Like I said. However, okay, don't get too comfortable, okay, with that norm, all right? Always strive to do better than you did yesterday, because tomorrow is what you are going for. Tomorrow is where you are going, okay? I actually heard this in a preaching from I think it was Joel Osteen or something like that. And he was talking about how there's a reason why the rear view mirror in your car is super small. And obviously the windshield of your car is big, right? Because what's behind you is really small and it's not important than the things that are in front of you that are incredibly big. And you need to pay attention for that, all right? What happened yesterday, it happened yesterday, all right? That's why Jesus always talks about how do not worry about tomorrow, do not worry about yesterday, focus on today, because today will have its own problems of its own and tomorrow and whatnot, all right? Don't get too comfortable, all right? Yes, it can take some time, all right? I don't know how many years it can take. It could take 1, it can take 2. Heck, it could even take 6 months, 5 months, 3 months, all right? A decade, 20 years and whatnot. However, with that time builds character, all right? With that time builds character, all right? When you get things instantaneously, it just builds your pride. And nobody wants to be hanging around with a prideful person, because they legit are not the life of the party and they draining the whole entire party, okay? It may take time. However, once that goal, that dream is attained, that vision is attained, my goodness, my friend, that fruit is going to be sweet, all right? That fruit is going to be sweet. So don't get too comfortable, all right? But you got to get excited. You got to get excited. And that's legit all I got for today's message. I don't even know, what is that, 12 minutes? Gosh, that is really short, all right? But if you found something in today's episode that provoked a little thought, all right? If you found something in today's episode that was a little different, if you found something in today's episode that was outside the usual, if you found something in today's episode that was a gift, feel free to hit that subscribe button, all right? Feel free to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to hit that share button. Feel free to hit that like button. Feel free to hit that follow button, all right? Let's grow this podcast so we can get it all over the world, all right? If you want to support this channel, I made a Patreon page. Otherwise, you can go to the description and click support this show, because like I said this before, this is not what I do as a job, all right? God willing, if this was a job, this would be amazing. But until then, all right? Until then, I'll see you guys next week, Sunday, 23 a.m.